running to and fro, running to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. The last days. Why are they running and not walking? It's because they don't have any time to walk. They don't have any time in their day. They got to run. They just don't have the time. And knowledge shall be increased. That's your information highway. Now, that's not wisdom. That's not understanding. That's just information. And knowledge shall be increased. Some people say, oh, well, that's knowledge about the Bible. Take a look at what's going on. You've got more heresy now than ever before. There's just a lot of information out there. Wikipedia, your iPhone giving you instant information that is probably about 60% wrong. There's your knowledge that's increased, but it's not wisdom or understanding with that knowledge. And the days shall be shortened. Well, we know what that means. That's, it's talking about literal shortening of days before the second advent. But a devotional application there is the shortening of days, as in you don't have enough time in your day. That's why you're running to and forth, to and fro. You're running because your days are shortened. If you're like me, you have less time in your day now than you did 10 years ago. You just don't have time. I used to talk on the phone with people. I had time to, my phone would ring, and you go and you pick up your phone, and hey, who's this? And you might have a, 30-minute conversation or a 45-minute conversation with somebody. That's just not the case anymore. I don't have time for a 5-minute conversation with people. Text me. Give me a text. I had a guy, someone I know, texted me yesterday at 3 p.m., and I didn't see it until this morning when I got to work at 5 a.m. And I'm like, oh. And then I responded at 5 a.m. But I had so many things going on, I didn't even have time to look at my phone to see that there was a text yesterday at 3 p.m. If he'd have tried to call me, I wouldn't have picked the phone up because I just don't have the time. I've got senior citizen parents that have infirmities, and they need me to go over there, and I don't go over nearly as much as I should. I'm either so worn out by the time I get home, or I don't have time. It's very hard to get over there. And I'm sure you're the same way. And it's just the time where you're getting worn out. And that's another end time prophecy where the devil is trying to wear out the saints. And we know that doctrinally that has to do with the tribulation saints and the Antichrist and all that. But again, devotionally, that will apply to the day and age that we're in right now. The devil's just trying to wear you out. And at the same time, he's trying to keep people so busy and running around so hard, they don't have time to study their Bible. They don't have time to read their Bible. They don't have time to consider if they're lost and they need salvation. They just don't have time to think about those things. So, everything being sped up is keeping people lost or ignorant or in heresy. And that's just the day and age that we're in. So, I guess the positive part about this is the Bible saw all of this coming thousands of years ago, and we're living in it. And it means the Lord is nigh. He is even at the door. He's coming. You may not even make it till tomorrow. That rapture is going to be coming. All this stuff going on over in the Middle East with Israel and Gaza and Ukraine and Russia, and you mark my words, those nuclear weapons weren't just made for Japan. That wasn't why God allowed that. Those nuclear weapons are there for a purpose, and God, anything that is created, anything that is invented, the Lord will use it. Now the devil will use it, but the Lord will allow it to be invented or created because he's going to use it for his own purposes. And if you remember 9/11, we're going to have another 9/11. And it might be the whole world has a 9/11, not just the United States. I believe a nuke is going to go off somewhere important, and that's going to shock the world. And they're already saying we need a world leader. We need a real leader. All of our leaders are terrible. We can't trust them. They're all corrupt. We need a real man that's a real leader, and he'll come along, and his mouth will be smoother than oil. And they'll say, what an orator. What a great man. Oh, we need to set him up as the leader of the entire world. And they'll follow him and they'll worship him. But it will have to follow some great catastrophe. Now that it might be the rapture itself that initiates that. But it might be something before the rapture, like a nuke going off. But look up, the Lord's coming back. All the stuff that's going on is not just coincidence. It's not just an oops. Everything is happening for a purpose, for a reason. It's all been written out. It's all been in the planning. And your retirement is right around the corner. Right up there.